Hi there! Thank you so much for joining me. This is Julie DiMatteo from thepaperpixie.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. And in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this really cute double Hershey's Nugget box. It's a sweet little box that perfectly holds 2 Hershey's Nuggets. So it'd be great as table favors over the holidays or as little treats to hand out as you're going around with your Christmas shopping. And you can certainly adapt this for so many different occasions. So let me show you how easy this is to make. We're going to start with a piece of mossy meadow cardstock that measures 5 1/4 by 3 7/8, and along the 3 7/8 inch side, I'm going to score this at 5/8, 1 5/8, 2 1/4, and 3 1/4. Then I'm going to rotate it, and along the 5 1/4 inch side, I'm going to score this at 5/8, 1 1/4, 4, and 4 5/8. And next, I'm going to fold and burnish on all the score lines. Now, I've created a template for you, and it doesn't matter which way is your top or your bottom, but you just want to make sure it's the long side. All these measurements are the same from either top or bottom, so it's your choice. We're going to go ahead, let me turn it this way. I'm going to cut up the second vertical score line in. We're going to cut up to the second horizontal score line. So we're cutting up here and removing these 4 corner sections. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And as I'm doing that, on this side I want to cut just to the left of the score line, and on this side I'm going to cut just to the right of the score line so that we make sure that we remove the score line altogether, and that's going to help this box close much easier. Okay, now that those 4 corner sections are removed, I'm going to turn it this direction, and I'm going to cut up these vertical score lines stopping at the second horizontal score line. I'll do that on both sides. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove these outside squares from the longer pieces. So these 4 pieces, we're going to go ahead and remove those. And then on each of these sections here, I'm going to notch in. Those are kind of our tabs. So I'm going to go ahead and make all those cuts now. Okay, now here's one side done. So again, we remove those outside little squares and then notched in on these 2 tabs as well as this tab. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Okay, now it's starting to look like our template. The last thing we want to do is go ahead and round these corners, and I'm just going to grab the detailed trio punch and round those 2 corners. And there we go. The base of our box is cut and prepped and ready. I will include a picture of this template on my detailed blog post, which will be linked in the description. Now to put this box together, we're going to go ahead and start to put glue on these tabs. And what we're going to do on each tab, I'll do one at a time. We're going to meet up this score line with this cut edge to form one of our box corners. And I like to use liquid glue for this because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room to make sure that that is squared up where I want it. I'm going to repeat that on the remaining 3 tabs. All right, now all those tabs are adhered, and I do want to point out there's going to be a little bit of overlap in here of your 2 flaps. That's not going to be a problem because our next step is we're going to go ahead and fold these pieces into the box, and that's going to cover up those flaps. So I'm just going to put some liquid glue and fold that in. And the really nice part about this is it gives this box some reinforced sides, gives the box some sturdiness. I'm going to repeat the same thing to the other side. Just going to come in my bone folder and just make sure to press those down. All right, so there is the base of our box. Let's just make sure that this lid fits nicely, and it sure does. So let's go ahead and do some decorations. First, I'm going to go ahead and decorate our little Hershey's Nuggets. For that, we're going to use the Festive Farmhouse Designer Series paper. I love these patterns and colors together. And these 2 pieces measure 1 inch by 3 inches. And all I'm going to do is to take some tear and tape. We're just going to run a strip of that along the back side of one end. And I'm going to remove the backing. And one at a time, I'll wrap these nuggets. So kind of turn them upside down, center them in the middle of the strip, and then I'll fold the end that does not have the tear and tape first, and then bring the other one to meet it as I try to line up both of those And there's a really pretty wrapped nugget. I'll do the same thing to the other one. All right, so there's our pretty wrapped Hershey's Nuggets. We'll put those inside our box. And I love these with the copper foil. It's perfect for this project. So go ahead and close that box. Then next I've got a strip of Festive Farmhouse Designer Series paper for the belly band. And this measures 1.5 inches by 3 5/8. And I'm first gonna dry fit this. So I'm just gonna center it kind of from right to left. And then I'm just gonna, as I fold it around, gonna kind of crease on those corners. Do the same thing on the other side. And now that I've made those creases, you can see that we know where to fold the paper. So then I'm just gonna fold it, kind of squaring it up if I need to, and then I will burnish. And we'll do that on all 4 of those score lines. Then I'll take a strip of tear and tape and add that to the back side of one end. All right, now we can take this and wrap it around the box. There we go. So we've got that really cute little belly band there. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of decorating. Okay, so we're going to use the Wishing You Well stamp set and the sentiment Wishing You Well. I'm going to stamp that in Mossy Meadow onto Very Vanilla cardstock. Then we're going to punch that out using the classic label punch. Then using the sprig punch, I'm going to cut out a sprig from this copper glimmer paper, which comes in the Joyous Noel 6x6 inch glimmer paper pack. And then finally, I cut this little stitched circle out of the Stitched Labels framelits from Cherry Cobbler. So now we're going to go ahead and put this together. We're going to first glue down the Cherry Cobbler circle. Just going to center that right on our belly band. Then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom, I guess 4 leaves of the sprig here. Very light with the glue. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. So just a little bit of glue, and we're going to go ahead and adhere that kind of off to the side here. Again, the liquid glue gives us a little bit of wiggle room to get that right where we want it. And then with the sentiment, I'm just going to grab 3 of our mini dimensionals. And I'll put that on the back, 1 in the center, and 1 on either side, but I'm not going to go all the way to the edge because we want to make sure that we avoid having anything sticking to the Mossy Meadow cardstock so that we'll be able to slide off the belly band easily to get at the chocolate. All right, so then I'm just going to pop that right here on the center. And voila, look at that super cute Hershey's Nugget Duo box. I love how this turned out. So a different way for you to decorate your Hershey's Nuggets. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next video. If you're interested in purchasing any of the Stampin' Up! Products I used today, they'll be linked in the description. And I'll also include a link to my detailed blog post with all project measurements, details, and a picture of the template. I'd love to have you come visit me at thepaperpixie.com where I post projects every weekday to inspire you. I have options to subscribe to both my monthly newsletter as well as my daily blog updates, and I'd love to welcome you as a new subscriber. You can shop with me anytime at thepaperpixie.com/shop. And if you're interested in earning a discount on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, I'd love to have you join my team of Paper Pixies. And you can purchase the starter kit at thepaperpixie.com/join. If you give this project a try, I'd love to see it. Feel free to email me pictures of it or share it on social media with the hashtag #PaperPixie. Can't wait to see what you come up with. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day and happy holidays. Take care. Bye.